Most people believe wealth comes down to luck, intelligence, or sheer hard work. But Earl Nightingale discovered something radically different and far simpler about how wealth really works. In fact, what he found was so surprising, it's almost shocking that nobody talks about it. But today, I'm going to reveal exactly what Earl uncovered and how it can completely transform your financial life starting right now. First, let me ask you a direct question. What would you say if I told you that earning more money is actually not the key to wealth? I know. It sounds completely backward, right? But Earl Nightingale explained this perfectly. Real wealth doesn't begin in your wallet. It begins inside your head. He famously said, "We become what we think about." Think about that statement carefully, because it's the entire foundation of true wealth creation. But here's the twist most people miss. Nightingale wasn't talking about wishful thinking or vague affirmations. Instead, he discovered a very specific mental habit shared by nearly every successful, wealthy individual he studied. This mental habit was so powerful that it literally reshaped their entire reality, drawing money and opportunities to them almost automatically. Curious to know exactly what this habit is, before I share it, I want you to imagine clearly. What would your life look like if money came to you easily and naturally? Not through struggle or constant stress, but effortlessly. Imagine waking up each morning knowing that wealth wasn't something you had to chase, but something that flowed toward you consistently. Sound impossible? Earl Nightingale proved it's entirely achievable, and here's how. The mental habit Earl discovered is what he called the hidden law of cause and effect. Now don't tune out, because this isn't some abstract philosophical idea. It's extremely practical. Nightingale observed that wealthy people deeply understood one simple principle. Wealth is an effect, and your mindset and daily actions are the cause. In other words, if you want wealth, you don't chase it. You create the conditions that naturally attract it. But how exactly do you create these conditions? Here's where it gets truly fascinating. Nightingale found that wealthy individuals consistently do two specific things. First, they maintain crystal clear goals, but second, and far more importantly, they genuinely believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that they will achieve these goals. And this belief isn't passive, it's active, deliberate, and cultivated daily. But here's a critical question you might be asking yourself. How do I actually develop this unshakable belief when my reality seems so far from wealthy? Earl Nightingale's solution to this exact problem is what he called daily reprogramming. This is the practical application almost nobody talks about, yet it's the key to the entire process. Nightingale insisted you must consciously and deliberately fill your mind every single day with powerful, specific thoughts about the wealth you want to create. You must vividly imagine yourself already experiencing your financial goals, not someday in the future, but right now. And critically, you must feel this deeply, as if it's already your reality. But can something so simple actually work? Before we answer that, let's be clear. Earl didn't stumble upon this method by accident. Early in his life, Nightingale himself struggled financially. In fact, he started from a place of poverty, frustration, and endless struggle, yet, by consistently applying this one powerful secret, daily mental reprogramming, he went on to build multiple successful businesses, becoming one of the most respected thought leaders in personal success. This method didn't just change his own life, it transformed thousands of others who listened to and practiced his teachings. So here's a quick challenge. Imagine your financial goals clearly right now. Perhaps earning double your current income, achieving total financial independence, or living a life completely free from money stress. Now, what if you took just 5 minutes every single morning to vividly experience this goal as if it's already yours? Would that simple habit begin changing your financial reality almost immediately? I know this sounds incredibly straightforward, maybe even too simple, but here's why Earl Nightingale's secret is so effective. Your subconscious mind controls nearly every decision you make about money, and the most powerful way to influence your subconscious is through repetition and intense emotion. By regularly visualizing your success, with clarity and deep feeling, your subconscious mind begins accepting it as fact. When that happens, you start noticing opportunities, connections, and ideas you previously overlooked. But let's quickly open another powerful question. What about the skeptics who think visualization alone isn't enough to build real wealth? Earl Nightingale fully agreed with that, but he also provided a practical solution. Visualization, he said, must always be matched with consistent action. However, the critical point most people overlook is that visualization itself makes taking action far easier. Why? Because it creates absolute clarity and confidence around what steps to take next. Consider this practical example. Imagine you want to start a successful online business. By vividly visualizing your goal each day, you start noticing small, manageable actions, like reaching out to a mentor, signing up for a course, or starting a simple website that previously seemed daunting or confusing. Suddenly, these steps feel natural, easy, and obvious. And here's the kicker. Each small action builds momentum, drawing you steadily closer to your wealth goals. But here's another intriguing question you might be wondering. How quickly can this really happen? How fast can your financial situation actually improve just by practicing Earl Nightingale's powerful secret consistently? The surprising answer is faster than you think. Nightingale himself often shared countless stories of individuals experiencing remarkable shifts in their finances within weeks, sometimes even days, of applying his techniques. But the real secret is this: you don't need dramatic overnight success. Even gradual shifts in mindset and daily action compound quickly, creating significant changes in your financial reality. Now let's quickly address another critical question. Why don't more people know about this, or at least use it consistently? The simple answer is disbelief and impatience. Most people dismiss visualization as too easy or underestimate its power, so they never experience its full potential. But let me ask you directly, what if you fully committed to Earl Nightingale's method for just 30 days? What if you truly tested this secret for yourself? Could your life and finances dramatically improve? Because here's the powerful reality Nightingale proved repeatedly. Wealth isn't reserved for special people. It's available to anyone who genuinely applies these principles consistently. Remember, your mind is your most powerful asset. When you intentionally shape it toward wealth, your financial reality has no choice but to follow. Ready to discover even more practical insights Earl Nightingale shared about wealth and exactly how to make them work for you? Stay tuned, because what I'll reveal next is something truly life-changing. Most people chase wealth their entire lives, yet very few ever truly understand how it's created. But what if Earl Nightingale, a man who quietly transformed countless lives, revealed a hidden secret about wealth that almost no one talks about? I'm Walt, and today you're about to discover Earl Nightingale's powerful truth, a truth that has the potential to unlock financial freedom in ways you never imagined. Here's something that might surprise you. Earl Nightingale didn't become wealthy because of extraordinary luck or secret connections. Instead, he discovered that true wealth is rooted in something shockingly simple, yet profoundly overlooked. But what exactly is this hidden truth, and why do so few people grasp it? Earl Nightingale taught that genuine wealth begins not in your wallet, but in your mind. Now, before you dismiss this as just another cliché, let me explain precisely what Earl meant. He believed your financial reality is a direct reflection of how clearly and deliberately you think about money. Not just occasionally, but every single day. Let me ask you, when was the last time you consciously examined your daily thoughts about money? Here's the harsh truth. Most people are trapped in financial struggle because their thinking is scattered, reactive, and filled with doubt. They see money as something to chase, desperately hoping for a lucky break. Earl discovered this mindset is exactly what's blocking their wealth. But what if there were a simple shift, something you could start right now, that instantly realigns your mind to attract money effortlessly? Here's the fascinating part. Earl Nightingale proved this concept in his own life, long before teaching it to millions. He grew up during the Great Depression, experiencing firsthand what scarcity and hardship felt like. Yet he realized early on that some people around him were thriving, even in difficult times. He became obsessed with understanding why, and what he uncovered wasn't magic, it was clarity. Successful people consistently held crystal-clear financial goals in their minds, never allowing fear or uncertainty to cloud their vision. So let me ask you clearly, do you have absolute clarity about your financial goals right now? Or are you secretly hoping things might get better on their own? Now here's the twist that changed everything for Earl Nightingale, and soon will for you too. Clarity alone isn't enough. It's powerful, yes, but there's another crucial step most people completely overlook. Earl called this next step the law of incremental growth. And trust me, if you understand and apply this law, wealth will follow you naturally, without struggle or stress. But before we dive deeper into exactly how the law of incremental growth works, let's first understand something powerful Earl shared. Why small, consistent improvements always trump big, sporadic efforts when it comes to creating wealth. Think about this for a second. Why do most lottery winners end up broke again within a few years? It's because their minds never adjusted to incremental growth. Their sudden fortune didn't match their internal identity, and subconsciously they pushed money away. Now consider someone who builds wealth gradually, consistently improving their skills, knowledge, and mindset every single day. Their wealth isn't accidental. It's a natural reflection of who they've become. Earl Nightingale taught this clearly. If you want lasting wealth, you must first become a person capable of handling wealth. But how exactly do you do that? This is precisely where the law of incremental growth comes in. It means focusing on getting just 1% better every day. It sounds small, even trivial, but here's why it's incredibly powerful. Tiny improvements compound. Imagine clearly where you'd be 1 year from now if you became just 1% better every single day. You wouldn't just be slightly improved, you'd be dramatically transformed, financially and personally. Can you picture yourself a year from now, completely free from financial stress? But hold on. Before we fully unpack how to practically implement this daily improvement, there's a hidden danger Earl Nightingale warned about. It's the number one reason most people fail, even when they know exactly what to do. So what's this hidden danger, and how can you avoid it starting today? Here's the uncomfortable truth Earl revealed. The hidden danger is comfort. Yes, comfort, the very thing most people chase. is silently sabotaging their financial growth. Earl explained that the moment you settle into comfort, you stop growing. You stop seeking new skills, new opportunities, and new ideas. Comfort quietly convinces you that you're fine exactly where you are. But the truth is, comfort is the enemy of wealth creation. Think clearly right now, where in your life have you settled into comfort, convincing yourself that growth isn't necessary? What if this comfort is exactly what's holding you back from achieving financial freedom? Fortunately, Earl Nightingale shared a powerful solution, something simple yet immediately effective. He recommended deliberately choosing a small, manageable discomfort every day. It could be reading a challenging book, learning a new skill, or reaching out to someone slightly intimidating. Each small discomfort proves to your subconscious mind that you're capable of growth, creating a powerful feedback loop that naturally attracts wealth. Now let me quickly ask you something. What's one small discomfort you could deliberately choose today, right after watching this video, to start your incremental growth? Imagine the momentum you'd create by repeating this every single day. But there's one more critical element Earl Nightingale emphasized, something that supercharges your incremental growth, and almost no one understands its true power. Ready to discover exactly what it is, Earl taught that incremental growth multiplies exponentially when combined with clear, vivid visualization. And before you dismiss visualization as wishful thinking, listen carefully. There's proven psychology behind it. Your subconscious mind can't distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and reality itself. So when you consistently visualize yourself clearly achieving your financial goals, your subconscious accepts it as inevitable. Imagine the power of this combination: daily incremental improvements multiplied by vivid visualization. This is exactly how Earl Nightingale created wealth from absolutely nothing, and how countless others have since followed his path to financial freedom. So let me ask you one final, powerful question. Are you ready to commit, starting today, to clearly defining your financial goals, embracing small daily discomforts, and vividly visualizing your abundant future? Because Earl Nightingale proved it beyond any doubt, wealth creation isn't complicated. It's simply a matter of becoming crystal clear, embracing incremental daily growth, and vividly seeing yourself as the successful, wealthy person you're becoming. Remember clearly, wealth isn't something you chase. It's something you become. Are you ready to start becoming that person today?